At the northeast corner of Armand and Ohio and Fox Park, there are two buildings owned by the St. Louis Housing Authority. The Housing Authority had acquired these in about 1980 as part of the move nationally to get families out of high-rise public housing developments into more established neighborhoods on a scattered site basis. And the Housing Authority did a substantial renovation, and as part of the agreement to have them operate these buildings as public housing, the neighborhood and DeSales Community Housing Corporation got the Housing Authority to agree to have DeSales manage the property, particularly with respect to tenant selection and maintenance. So through most of the 80s, DeSales managed those properties, although beginning in about 1990, the restrictions placed by the Housing Authority really limited our ability to manage the properties well, and in the mid-90s we finally relinquished our management of the property, and the properties experienced a pretty quick decline after that, to the point where they were finally shut down by the Housing Authority in 1997. A few years after that, the Housing Authority came under pressure to get vacant units reoccupied, and the Housing Authority came to the neighborhood and DeSales with a plan to renovate the units as is, and there were a total of 7 units in the two buildings. There were 6 3-bedroom units and 1 5-bedroom unit, and all of us felt that the fundamental problem with it, there were too many large units on a very small site. So when they came back with the plan to renovate and reoccupy the units, we in the neighborhood countered back that we would only consider it if they would reduce the density on the site. There was a portion of the building right at the corner of Armand and Ohio that faced on Ohio Avenue 3 townhouse units, 3 3-bedroom townhouses. We proposed to the Housing Authority that those units be demolished to allow more open space on the site, for play area for kids at the property, and surprisingly the authority came back and agreed to do that, and they subsequently demolished those units and renovated the rest. They continued management under a private contractor, totally unrelated to DeSales, and I believe those units have operated in a much better fashion than they had previously, and I think a lot of that is owing to the reduction in density on that site.